From time to time, archaeologists discover something that doesn't fit into humanity's current understanding of things. We've only had the microscope for a few centuries, and genetic research started about 150 years ago, when a 6,000-year-old stone disc featuring scenes that happen on a microscopic level was found in an excavation in South America. It contradicted that belief. The artifact is generally accepted as authentic by archaeologists. The assumption of authenticity is based on the excavation records of Luigi Pernier. The artifact has been called the genetic disc, made from a hard basaltic rock called lydite. It weighs around 2 kilograms, 4 pounds, and has a diameter of 22 centimeters, 9 inches. But it's the symbols that have confused those who've seen them. The symbols are grouped in chronological order and include sperm and egg cells, the fertilized egg, and stages of fetal development. On the other side contains what some have said to be different moments in cell division. It also shows what appears to be stages in the development of an amphibian creature. Other discs have been found all around the world, but none look like this one. Our modern knowledge is familiar with the concepts inscribed on this object. However, it was found in Colombia during the excavation of a 6,000-year-old site. The discs look nothing like ancient pre-Columbian artifacts, and the symbols are unknown. It was found among 6,000-year-old objects, but it could be far older. People were baffled as to how a prehistoric civilization was able to produce this disc, and how would they have known things that we've only learned in the last couple of centuries. Some have went as far as suggesting the disc was made by the serpent people, because it also features a snake on its side. Whatever the case, this object cannot be classified in the South American system of cultures, and skeptics have labeled it as a fraud. That could well be the case, but this isn't the only baffling discovery made in South America. Archaeologists have uncovered huge stone monuments and giant skeletons dating as far back as 14,000 years ago. Admitting that something weird happened there in prehistoric times wouldn't be the biggest crime.
The Palermo stone is one of the most important ancient Egyptian texts described by the pre-dynastic rulers of ancient Egypt, who reigned in the country of the pharaohs for hundreds of years before the arrival of the first quote-unquote human pharaoh, Narmer. People from all over the world have been fascinated with the idea that in the distant past, advanced extraterrestrial civilizations visited Earth and helped launch the advance on our planet. This idea, however, is firmly rejected by many people who believe that no such thing has happened. Although there are numerous discoveries that point to a very different human history, contradicting official science. Numerous ancient texts, paintings, and monuments have been interpreted as evidence that supports the ancient astronaut theory. On the other hand, millions of people have remained open to the possibility that our civilization is not the first to call planet Earth their home. Throughout the world, researchers have discovered numerous artifacts that point to the possibility that history, as we have been told, is inaccurate, and that there are several parts of history that have been intentionally distorted. While this idea remains a controversial topic, and many people are against that idea, certain ancient texts, such as the one found written in the Palermo stone, could be the definitive proof we have been looking for all this time. The Palermo stone, commonly known as the Royal Annals, is one of the most important sources for the history of civilization of ancient Egypt and its long history on Earth. The stone gets its name from the Archaeological Museum of Palermo in Sicily, where one of the largest fragments exists. Other parts of this important piece of the history of ancient Egypt can be found in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo and the Petrie Museum in London. The stone is not in perfect condition since only a few fragments have been recovered, and many are damaged. Although the exact date of the creation of the Palermo stone remains a mystery to scholars, the most accepted date is believed to be the Old Kingdom in the 25th century BC. So what makes it so special? Well, among other similar ancient texts, the Palermo stone lists the pre-dynastic kings of ancient Egypt and the pharaohs who ruled over Egypt in the first 5 dynasties. The most controversial part of the Palermo stone is the pre-dynastic kings, who have been labeled mythological beings by current scholars. The document, in hieroglyphic writing, accounts for 120 kings who reigned before the ancient Egyptians officially existed as a civilization. Interestingly, the names of the mysterious, quote, gods and demigods appear in the royal Egyptian genealogies as well. The similarities between the Stone of Palermo and the royal canon of Turin and the list of the Sumerian kings are fascinating, as the 3 mention a time when, quote, gods lived on the earth and ruled for hundreds and even thousands of years. In addition to the above, the royal annals also list the most extensive information available on taxation in ancient Egypt, along with its religious ceremonies, the levels of the Nile River, and military campaigns, among other important details. More importantly, it is considered as one of the primary sources from which Mantion, an Egyptian historian and a priest of Sebennytus, compiles the most extensive history of ancient Egypt. Maneton is well known for his work on Egyptiaca, in which he divides the rulers of ancient Egypt into dynasties, which eventually lead to the formation of the modern system used for dating the history of ancient Egypt. The Palermo stone was written in black basalt and is believed to have been about 2 meters high when it was completed. Unfortunately, its importance was not immediately recognized, to the point that this important piece of history was once used as a door. The Palermo stone has helped researchers to conclude that the ancient Egyptians developed superior technology in order to melt copper, which ultimately allowed them to create incredible copper statues already in the 2nd dynasty. Interestingly, it also documents a time when the ancient Egyptian ships brought wood and precious stones from an unknown region of Egypt, which takes place during the reign of Snefru. The Palermo stone also records the construction of the first stone building during the reign of Nika, which is prior to the stepped pyramid of Zoser. So as you can see, there are several ancient texts that describe with great precision a time when misunderstood beings, possibly as gods, came down from heaven and ruled over humanity. On the other hand, similar accounts of gods that had descended from the heavens can be found in numerous ancient cultures across the globe. This is why many could interpret the Palermo stone as one of the most incredible and important ancient texts, which in the document testifies that beings from another world ruled this planet. With so many conspiracy theories out there, it's hard to keep track of them all. Welcome to What We Know, where we try to uncover the histories and mysteries of the world by presenting all different theories out there, and the only narrative we push is this. Here's what we know, make up your own mind.
If you enjoy this video and want to see more like it, please consider subscribing to us and hitting the like button. Feel free to write a comment below and suggest which theory you want to see next. If you'd like to further support this channel, please consider joining. Our membership link will be found in the description box below. We appreciate your support, and as always, thanks for watching.